It is 7 o'clock on this Sunday morning. You are taking a live look down Market Street in beautiful downtown St. Louis. Thank you for joining us. Happy Sunday, and of course, a very special happy Father's Day to all of the dads out there. I'm Laura Hettiger. I've been walking around this White Castle. Check out what I just found. This is a shell casing. Now, police say shooters were reported here, and we know that the victim was shot in this patio area of the Broadway Oyster Bar. Here we are in the Tower Grove Heights neighborhood, and the attack happened just blocks from where we are. And in the last 10 minutes, a gentleman pulled up and asked, "Hey, what's going on?" I explained that attack to him. He said yes, he'd heard about it, and he also says it really bothers him. And we've been here more than 2 hours now, and all morning we have seen investigators walk in and out of the police department, also uniformed officers coming and getting in their Bellefontaine Neighbors police cruisers, taking off again. It has been very busy out here, but it was a very busy evening for all of them too. If you have just $2 today, then you can take pretty much any mass transit in our area. Here in Madison County, I am told that a monthly pass is just $60, and that $60 could actually save you anywhere from $300 to $600 just 1 month. If you're a driver in the land of Lincoln and you wondered why you've had to pay more to register your car in recent years, we have your answer. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources launched a new $20 million program on Friday. The goal is to improve state parks. We're talking about picnic shelters, restrooms, and trails across the state. The $20 million comes from a $2 increase in vehicle registration fees that went into effect in 2012. It just sounds like a man was standing simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Police tell me he was right in this patio part of the bar around 2 o'clock this morning. He was listening to music when some type of rolling gun battle broke out. It seems like the cars were either coming south on Broadway or coming east on Gratiot. Then one of the stray bullets went into that patio area and hit the victim. Let's go ahead and take you to the overnight scene. This is the video as police were wrapping up their investigation. A lieutenant here tells me that one of the victims is an 11-year-old little girl, one who was shot in the legs. And as bad as that sounds, he said that little girl really was not complaining of being in too much pain, that she should be okay, but he did not give as good of a report for the other two victims. He tells me right now 2 men are in critical condition. We are set up here in Tower Grove Heights. Let me give you some perspective. This is Arsenal. We are just across the street from Tower Grove Park. Now, everyone who lives right in this area will be invited to that community meeting tonight. When the police got there, they found the victim's body. Now, they are not exactly explaining the circumstances around this, but the chief does tell me where this happened is a nice area. It's a very quiet area, an area that really does not have much crime. So right now, police from all over the area are working to figure out who did this, who these suspects are, and then hopefully they can release that information to all of us so we can release it to all of our viewers. New this morning, be prepared for another highway closure in downtown St. Louis. This one begins tomorrow morning.
And our Laura Hettiger is live in downtown St. Louis after a wild night of shooting. Laura, what is the latest?
Andre, I just checked in with police again. They tell me they are still looking for the shooters, but this is a situation that should really fire a lot of people up because the victim could have been anyone. I'm told that a man in his 20s was here at Broadway Oyster Bar overnight. He was minding his own business. He was listening to music when he gets hit with a stray bullet in the shoulder. Let's take you to some video as St. Louis police were wrapping up their investigation. They say that victim is in his early 20s. Again, hit in the shoulder, taken to the hospital in stable condition. This all happened right around 2 o'clock this morning. I got on the scene around 3 o'clock, and when I was out here, there were still about 8 police cruisers. There were 4 right in front of Broadway Oyster Bar here, another 4 over here, but then there were a few St. Louis police cruisers on this side over here at the White Castle parking lot. Now, from what I've been able to gather this morning from police, also witnesses who were here at the White Castle, it seems like the shooters might have been over here firing at each other, obviously missing, and then hitting a victim who was just out enjoying his night. Now, you can depend on News 4 to follow this story all day. When we do get more information, we'll pass it along to you on our later newscast, also KMOV.com. Reporting live downtown, Laura Hettiger, News 4. The Redbirds wrap up their series against the Washington Nationals today. Jaime Garcia will be on the mound at 1:15 this afternoon. That's as STL goes for the sweep of D.C. It looked like the Cardinals might be in trouble early in yesterday's game. Shelby Miller on the mound, and in the first inning, Jason Worth puts Washington on top just like that. But the Birds on the bat battled back. Matt Carpenter, starting to play like the all-star he was last year, brings in Miller in the third to tie the game at 1. And speaking of Miller, just a great outing for him. He went 6 2/3 innings, allowed just 4 hits, and struck out 7. The game stayed tied until the 7th when Matt Adams steps to the plate. He hits a bomb. Woo! And the Cards go on to win 4-1. Meanwhile, the Cardinals have announced Adam Wainwright will miss his scheduled start tomorrow. Waino will sit because of tendonitis. It's unclear right now who will take the turn for him, but Wainwright is making it known, hey, this is just a one-time thing. He says, hey, I'm fine, and he's intent on pitching a lot of innings the rest of the season.
The St. Louis Cardinals are paying me quite a bit of money to go deep in the games and pitch a lot of innings. I mean, that's what I'm getting paid to do, right?
I don't know if truer words have ever been said. He said the Cardinals pay him a lot of money. I just looked it up. He makes about $20 million a year.
Is that all?
Whatever. That's, you know. Yeah. But this is an awesome shot of Busch, and I bet a lot of dads are going to be there today.
Well, know that it's going to be hotter and more humid, okay? And also know that there's a chance we could get a few storms popping up this afternoon.
Might want to bring an umbrella.
Well, they're going to be really scattered in nature, so it's just as likely that they don't get a drop. You know what I mean? So be prepared.
New at 6, we're continuing to track the rollout of concealed carry in Illinois. Tonight, Laura Hettiger gets answers about how the program is working. It's a story you'll only see on News 4.
So how many gun crimes have you prosecuted here in Madison County since concealed carry went into effect?
The same number that we would have prosecuted last year and the year before. The bad guys, criminals, are still carrying guns and using them to commit crimes.
How many concealed carry violations have you prosecuted during that time?
We haven't had any of those.
Madison County State's Attorney Tom Gibbons estimates between 400 and 600,000 people are now licensed to carry in a state of nearly 13 million. That comes out to just about 4%. He spoke with some of those who are also business owners today in Granite City.
What we're here to talk about is the impact on businesses.
Here are the basics to remember. No weapons are allowed in government buildings. No schools, no hospitals, no libraries. Then it's up to the individual private business owner like Jeff Smith to decide whether to allow employees and customers to carry on their property.
It allows us to have our own ability to defend ourselves and have a law that protects us.
The biggest takeaway from today's meeting is if you are a business owner in Illinois and you do not want any weapons on your property, post this sign on your door. And if you are a concealed carry holder, just take your weapon, lock it in your car. Reporting from Granite City, Laura Hettiger, News 4.